It is time for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. You need to call me right now, 1-800-252-1025, or you can email me at lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us talk to Michael in Bremerton. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Danny. Hey,
yeah.
I want to see if you do this. If you were me, my oldest son has got two children, a girl and a boy, and he's raising them by himself. But he's doing meth, and he's a whack job.
Did you say he's a whack job?
A whack job, you know. He's not like he used to be. So what I want to do is turn him into Child Protective Services. I'm afraid he's going to beat my ass, and because he pushes me around quite a bit.
Okay, so you've got a 35-year-old son, which puts you at least in your late 50s.
What's that?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
You're 60, and you got a 35-year-old meth head who's getting physical with you. The first thing you need to do, and we're going to get to your grandkids in a minute, the first thing you need to do is absolutely 100% call the cops. Don't shove with this guy. Don't fool around with this guy. My father in his later years was still getting physical, and my brothers every now and again made the mistake of pushing him back, and you don't do that. You call the police and you have somebody arrested. You probably hate to admit this, but I'm 55. You're a senior citizen, man. You shouldn't let anybody put their hands on you. You've worked too hard and too long to let anybody disrespect you like that. Now, part two, Michael, and I really do appreciate your call. Part two, he's got kids, and he's doing meth, and he's a whack job. You need to, do you consider turning him to Child Protective Services?
Yeah.
Well, you need to do it. Get on that, and you can kill two birds with this stone. You don't have to worry about how he shoves you. The people are going to make contact with this guy, and they're going to ask you a bunch of questions, and you can include in those questions that he gets physical with you. And if you're worried about that, I know you hate to do it with your own blood, your own flesh, your own blood, but you can get an order of protection against him. But here's the main thing: you need to go to make a child protection service. You need to take care of that, and I'll tell you why. You're probably worried about how this is going to look. What's he going to say? Is he going to I think you said beat my ass. What's going to happen? But here's the thing. What happens if you don't call Child Protection Services and something goes wrong? I don't know if he's manufacturing meth or what, and there's, house fires. There's bad people. There's very bad people involved with meth. I think you'll kick yourself for a very long time if you don't call them. There's one bad thing. You'll be the guy that called them. And by the way, it's anonymous. He'll probably suspect it's you, but do something that I take great comfort in. Lie right to his face. No, I didn't call on you, Steve. I would never do that. I don't know who did it, but you call on him. And if you weren't his dad, I would say to go one step further, and I've given out this advice before. I'd say, if you're going to do this, make absolutely sure there's meth in that house. You don't want the cops to come over and not find meth and leave, and they might. You know what? If he's really high when they go over and sketching out, they'll take him to jail and they'll take the kids. But if he happens to be clean that day and no meth, I would say make sure to call whenever you get the guts, number one. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just tough to call on your own kid. But make sure he's going to be skitzing out in one way or the other, but you need to call right now and have those kids dealt with from a child protection agency, because there's something very bad can happen there. Good luck with that, Michael. I really do appreciate that call.
If you've got a question for the Life Coach, 800-252-1025. Any kind of question you have, Danny can help you.
By the way, I'm sorry. If that wasn't his dad, I would say plant meth. That's what I was alluding to.
If it wasn't his son?
Yeah, if it wasn't his son. Plant meth. Make sure there's meth in that house when the cops get there. Yeah, it sounds like there will be. God bless, buddy.
Robert in Issaquah, you're on with Danny Bonaduce.
Hey, Robert.
Hi, Danny. I love your show, and hi to all the team there.
Oh, well, they're right here. Hi. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I lived with a girl for 13 years, and I'm with a new one now, but we still communicate, and she's had about 10 brain surgeries in the last 10 years, and gave her the news that she's going to pass away. And I'm going there this weekend. I really would just like some advice on what the subject line should be. You know, I'm thinking happy stuff and good old memories and not talk about death. I was wondering if that was maybe shooting down the right line with that.
I think it's down the right line, and you should be prepared, and maybe being pictures of the good old days and stuff like that. But here's what I believe is going to happen no matter what you want to talk about. It's going to go back around to death. That's what she knows about. That's the pressure she's dealing with. I mean, think about this, Robert. In real life, this woman's going to die, and relatively sooner. They wouldn't be giving her the advice. Do you know how long they said she has to live, Robert?
About 6 months, they believe.
All right, so we're going to go, a blink of an eye, and this poor woman is going to pass away. My guess is she's going to want to talk about death, and if she thinks it's interesting and giggles sometimes, great, and if she cries, great, but she's going to want to talk about death, and don't try and make her not, give it a try. Remember when we were in high school? Remember this? Remember our first date? That'll be lovely, but I'm going to tell you that I bet big money it's going to turn around to death. My wife is 25 years younger than I am, something like that. I'm 55. I think she's 32, so 23 years younger than I am. It comes up at least 3 times a week that she's going to be here a long time after I'm gone. I find it interesting. I want to talk. She doesn't, but I want to talk about that sometimes. 6 months to live, my friend, she's going to want to talk about it, so be prepared to not get off throne and start crying and just walk down that road with her. Let her know the big one is that you always love her and you're always there for her. Good luck, Robert.
800-252-1025. Call the number now if you've got a question for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Jesse in Auburn, you are the next caller on Life Coach.
Hey, Jess, what's up?
Oh, not a whole lot, Bonaduce. I'm going crazy, man. I was hoping maybe I could get your advice.
You called the right number.
Well, for the last 2, maybe 3 months, I've had my girlfriend's daughter and her boyfriend, her 1-year-old baby, living with me.
Yeah.
And I seem to have a giant problem with her daughter, who's 19.
Right. Everybody has a problem with a 19-year-old girl. That's par for the course.
Well, she disrespects every chance she gets, it feels like to me. And dishes in the kitchen, not getting clean, baby toys on the floor. I clean the house, and then 2 hours later, it has to be cleaned again, and I guess I'm the one expected to clean it.
It sounds like you are.
I can't deal with it anymore.
You can't deal with it anymore, just because here's the thing. The reason you're expected to do it is because you'll do it, and I'm not recommending, because the obvious advice, Steve, is stop doing it. Well, don't. You're going to live in a pigsty. These people, they have a different level of hygiene than you. Let me ask you something, Jess. How did you end up in a house with all these girls and kids and stuff?
Let's see. I had to kick her out once before because of the same thing.
Right.
She moved in with her grandfather, and he had a gambling problem, lost the house that they were staying in, so she was kicked out onto the street with her 1-year-old daughter and boyfriend. And her mom convinced me that, they needed a place to stay, and I said, okay, I'm not going to let somebody live on the street like that. That's not right. So
you know what?
They ended up in my house.
Jess, let me remind you, because you sound like a really good guy, but there are, in fact, shelters. And if this woman is going to bring disrespect and disrepair into your life, and you have kicked her out once before, I think you need to think about kicking her out again. Now, here's the thing. So she gets kicked out by you over these same offenses, comes back and does it again. So I think she has absolutely no respect for you. And she should. The fact that you're trying to keep the house clean, plus letting her in with her kids, you're throwing your own life upside down for her. I think you need to draw the line, and I guess you've done that before, but for my benefit, throw it down there that if you do this one more time, you're going to leave and you're not going to come back, and get some numbers, some shelters, because here's the woman of the women's shelter where they take kids, man. Let her know you're dead serious, and they've made plans for where else she can go besides your house. I think she'll straighten up, and then if she doesn't, and I don't know that she will, throw her out and get her to the shelter on time. You need to know they're safe so you can live with yourself, but you deserve the respect you think you deserve there, Jess. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Hang in.
We've got time for an email on Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. This comes from Becky.
Right on, Becky.
Becky said, I started seeing a guy recently. We were old friends, but reconnected on Facebook. He is married. He and his wife have been having problems for years, and he says they're getting a divorce, and we can be together as soon as his wife moves out of their house.
Right.
I know he's not lying because he gave me a definite date on when she's moving. He's just so sweet and thoughtful, he doesn't even blame her for making him unhappy. The problem is, I've been around the block a few times and it almost just seems too good. Deep down, what I really want to know is, if he's cheating on his wife with me, is he going to cheat on me too when I'm not new and exciting anymore?
Yes! Absolutely. Yeah. Here, I didn't just make up this quote right now. I'll just say it. If he'll do it for you, he'll do it to you. It's an old expression. How do I know it? Because it's true. He will absolutely cheat on you. And by the way, I don't know how far down the road it is that he gave you the date that she's moving right out, but I would suggest you wait for that date because he might have thought it's a good enough date. I'll actually get my wife out of this hour. I'll break up with you, Becky. I don't like this guy. I don't like him at all. He is cheating on his wife, which makes him a liar. So he's a cheater and a liar. And you like the possibilities with this guy. I say wait. And I was going to say something childish like nookie. I like it. What the hell? Break off the nookie and the emotional chat until she's out. Just say, you know what? Until she's out of the house, I'm just not comfortable. I don't want to be a liar and a cheater and a mistress and things. That's the line. You're a mistress right now. Don't do that. What are you, crazy on this, Becky? For God's sakes. So you're not comfortable until she's officially out because you don't want to be involved in being a liar and a cheater.
All right, good advice.
It is good advice. That's what I do. I am Danny.
Amy in Tacoma sent an email to the life coach. I've been seeing a guy for 3 months. He's never tried to kiss me. I think he's waiting for me to make the first move, but I can't work up the nerve. I'm worried that if I'm misreading him, I could scare him away. And I think if I set this precedent, I'll always be the one making the first move. Should I just ask him about it and put it out there? What should I do?
Yeah, this is great. Amy, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, I did this. I was with Amy forever. I have married 5 other women by the time I got around to kissing Amy because she just wouldn't pull the trigger on this stuff. Everybody kissed me first. I don't want to seem stupid. What if they say no? Oh, my God. It'd be so horrible. Oh, no, I don't think of you that way, Danny. I would kill myself. And so what I did, I waited to be adorable. I couldn't say anymore. I was a smoker. She didn't smoke. Wouldn't let me smoke in the house. I went into her house one time, talking to her, went to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth, and I sat down, and I said, you know what? If you're ever going to kiss me, you should do it now. I just brushed my teeth. And she was all over me like a cheap suit. Apparently, she was waiting this whole time to kiss me. So I'll go with that. This is absolutely my style. You can think of another thing, but he's waiting on you. This is what your boys and girls you're dating. You're hanging out together. You're having a good time. He's waiting. He doesn't want to. He has the same exact feelings that you do. And that's what I'd bring it up. I'd say to him, hey, look, I need to talk to you about something. Are you waiting to kiss me because you're nervous? Because I'm waiting to kiss you. And he's going to go, yeah, and you're all going to make out, and it's going to be crazy. The way you can be cute if you want. After dinner, and somebody go, do I have anything in my teeth? When he says no, you say, good, kiss me right now. Whatever it is, it's going to be cute. And the reason it's going to be all cute and wonderful is because he's waiting to kiss you just like you're waiting to kiss him, and nobody wants to be embarrassed. And that's all the time we have right now for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.